Hey guys, wow, I'm kind of blown away by how many people are in here. It's obviously going to be hard for me to keep an eye on chat, but like I just said there, I really appreciate it. This is important shit, Dorothy, and you're going to be held accountable for it. Criticize me all you like. BBT, grab all the old content that you want and criticize it. I don't mind. You can say whatever you want, okay? But Dorothy, defamation is pretty serious, and we're going to address that here today. Now, you already got away with this a few months ago on another channel. I noticed that you're quite clever in that you make these allegations on other channels, yeah? Not on your own channel. Very sneaky. But it's not gonna absolve you, I'm afraid. And was it all for Dorothy? Where did this obsession come from? I don't know what the hell it is about me that gets you so excited, but we can maybe talk about what actually occurred there back, what, 3, 4 years ago, is it now? I've never been more disgusted in my life. But I like to believe, and I really do believe, that the simple truth is a beautiful thing. And there's still enough of us here, Dorothy, that value truth and decency. You know, I was talking to a few friends a few months ago. This might seem like an abstract reference, but we're talking about the passing of Queen Elizabeth II. Because I think the passing of her affected a lot of people, including myself, more than we expected. And to me, I think it was because of what she embodied: integrity, decency, and again, a respect for truth. And it feels sort of like the passing of an era where people really valued those things. And let's just think about what YouTube is supposed to be all about. Is it not a forum for discussion, for debate? Because I've noticed a bit of a pattern with the people that I seem to offend so deeply. They never seem to want to hear me reply. It's far easier to thrash around and scream in the safety of your own panel and block, delete. Far easier, isn't it? It's a lot more difficult in real time to hear the replies. Now, Dorothy, you already ran from the opportunity to talk to me on Diane's channel, a third party channel. You wouldn't do it in BBT's channel. So come here and talk to me. or if you like, a third party. I don't care. I don't know why you have this obsession. I've got a feeling I know. And see, the problem for you, Dorothy, is that your reputation precedes you now. And to anyone that was in BBT's chat yesterday, I don't blame you for doubting me or putting credence into some of what was said. It's understandable. All I ask you to do is have an open mind and consider the source. So I'm going to play for you now just a clip of what started all this off. It's obviously an issue between myself and BBT, who, believe it or not, I actually really cared for. But if anyone out there can deny the blatant issues that are going on with BBT, if you think that that's healthy behavior, then you're either not the friend that she needs, or you're a coward, or you're just weak. And I would have thought Joseph Thought, of all people, would understand what's really going on there. It's blatantly obvious to so many of us. And BBT, I've been on YouTube for 4 years. God knows how many panels I've been on. God knows how many judgments or opinions that I might now regret. But I'm not a goddamn robot. I'm sure you can pick and choose out of the thousands of hours of opinions and judgments and make me look terrible. But yeah, I'm not a robot. No one is. We can only base our opinions and our judgments in good faith based on the evidence we have at that time. Don't blame me, BBT, for your problems and your behavior and your obsession, okay? It's not my fault. I'm giving my opinion, okay? You can't disprove an opinion. You cannot like my opinion. You can argue against it, but you can't debunk someone's opinion, okay? And I'm sorry, BBT, okay, that I'm on good terms with Natasha. Okay, it's got nothing to do with the problem between you and I. I had respect for Natasha before you fell out, and I have respect for her afterwards. Okay. Okay, so let's just, I'm going to play a clip from the channel You Are the Creepos. Because this is just a good summary of what started all this off from my perspective, I guess. There's a link in the chat, and I'm gonna pin it at the top. So this was a few days ago, and guys, I'm not gonna be retreading all my thoughts on BBT because it's all in this discussion with Natasha, and I think it was a respectful discussion. I think anyone that's open-minded and rational can see that I have no hate for BBT at all. I have compassion for her. And I know my words are going to be hurtful for her. But all I can tell you is I tried my damnedest to do this in private. I promise you, okay? Let me unmute this. Yeah, so I'm going to get God knows how much hate for this. Another blatantly obvious irony is BBT has a problem that people are being skeptical about a lot of her stories and the things that she says. And BBT has peddled the most tinfoil hat of conspiracies possible. So she's wanting people to believe that MRB is clapping so she can edit it afterwards, but doesn't expect any skepticism towards some of the dubious things that she's saying. It kind of comes down to what a friend really is. And then, I mean, this is social media. So
Right.
it's friends in inverted commas, right?
Yep.
But what a friend doesn't do is clap along like a seal or enable when it's pretty clear to you that someone is not well, like over the last few months. I think it's gotten past the point of any validation or righting any wrongs for BBT, because I think BBT had something quite precious. She got forgiveness from a lot of people for pretty crappy, scary behavior in the past.
That's what I said, and I've said to her several times before we ever stopped speaking that that she needed to let it go because it had become an obsession. I mean, it literally was. It had gotten to the point that that's all it was like live and breathe. And and it wasn't healthy. And the stuff that she was saying didn't even make any sense.
Yeah, I mean, it's become pretty obvious. I mean, 90% of the stuff she comes out with is just plainly wrong. And it's quite disrespectful as well to be making ludicrous claims like someone doesn't exist, talking about J-Bells here, when there's a lot of people on here that we all know went through hell with that J-Bells scam. And to
see,
just
I wasn't around for that, but I know plenty of people have sent me videos, and I mean, it's obvious to anybody with eyesight that she was real.
Yeah. And the thing is, Natasha, the evidence is all there for anyone that cares to go and find it, and it's not hard to find. There was a few lives done about it. It's obvious to anyone. We all know what the scam was. We all know why she picked MRB as her target. She was a perfect target for a con artist like J-Bells.
I agree with you on that one. She fell for it hook, line, and sinker.
Of course she did. There was a huge benefit potentially for her. Yes, it's funny because she can be so confusing to listen to. I think some people just assume that there's truth in there somewhere, because it's pretty hard to follow BBT, right? Most of the time, I think we'd all agree that.
Yep.
And I think a lot of us that were supporting BBT for the right reasons back when are maybe guilty of doing a bit of that. But I know for myself, and I know for a lot of people, we actually decided to look into it a little bit and double check, and it's all bollocks. It really is. There's nothing to it, you know?
I've seen the utter attack, harassment, bullying of you, who's a vulnerable adult on here. And these people have clustered together like cockroaches in the night to attack you. And I'm not having it.
Oh, I know.
Rabid Dog, listen to me carefully, brother. Don't make me pull out the news article about you. Bitch, I will fucking slam you all on YouTube. You better stand down. You are a man, and you are doing this to a woman again in your life.
Wow.
You hear me, Rabid?
Good for you.
Don't make me go get Lewis and Critical K.
Oh, I know Lewis. Oh, I know Lewis.
All right, Rabid? You want me to go forward this article to BBT right now? You want me to give her down with this fucking target you have on your back that I've kept my mouth shut for a year?
You know, I must be stupid, Dorothy, because I fucking believe these people. I do. I must be stupid. Like, I did not. I'm seeing it now in hindsight. Like, how could he fucking be so aggressive? Like, it's
You want to see? I'm going to send it to you an email. You do what you want.
I can see, and I know what he's done.
Okay, well, I hear you loud and clear, sister. And I'm going to save you a bit of trouble with your wily, snaky ways. And I'm going to show you the goddamn article myself. Dorothy. And I'm going to have to goddamn dox myself to shut this horseshit down. And can anyone tell me where they've seen or heard me attacking or bullying BBT? Please let me know. And who are the cockroaches in this story? What on earth has this got to do with Dorothy? Well, let me guess. Good old content, Dorothy, right? How many subscribers did you manage to get from this? No, it never happened. Anyone with any rationality and logical thought that's heard that discussion with me and Natasha can see that. If I have to show my emails, I'll do that. But just let me tell you one thing, Dorothy. I want nothing to do with you. I would have zero to do with someone like you here or in the real world, okay? You and I's paths would never cross, okay? And you bring up Luis, like he's gonna come running along to come after Rabid. What is Luis your butler that you just ring the bell and he's gonna come along for you? I think there's still enough of a vestige, perhaps, of respect between myself and Luis and Critical K that they would have the decency to face me, and if they have a problem with me, to talk to me on a panel. I sure as hell would hope so. If Luis wants to talk to me, I will put the link, I'll put the panel link here, or if he wants to do it on a third party channel, I've got no problem with that. Okay? This is old news. It's history, Dorothy, but not for you for some reason. And it's weird. It's creepy. And please, Dorothy, myself and Emily, everyone knows what went on, okay? You don't have some golden ticket there, okay? We made many mistakes, obviously, okay? Everyone knows about it. Stop pretending that you know what went on with myself and Emily, okay? I can speak for myself and Emily can speak for herself. It's not actually any of your goddamn business, okay? It's none of your business. So because of you, I'm about to dox myself. Woohoo. So For anyone that doesn't know, Dorothy has claimed, and she already made this claim on some other channel months ago, and I had to contact this channel to tell them that I was defamed by Dorothy and asked them to take out that content, which they did, as far as I know. I'll need to go back and check it. But just like the vulture she is, she swoops down into BBT's chat because she has a problem with Natasha and she has a problem with me. This was none of your business. And she defames me again by claiming that Rabid Dog, when he was taking a break from this hellhole of YouTube, was actually in prison. That's right, folks, in prison for allegedly, what was it? Threatening murder on an ex. Well, you really need to do more work verifying things, Dorothy, because it's a lie. Simply a lie. And you're interested in true crime? Well, we all know truth is not that important to you, is it? You're not on this platform because you care about truth. This is a game to you, right? It's like a game of Monopoly. How many subscribers can I get to? What bullshit can I peddle for views? You disgust me. Now, you were quite lucky first time around, Dorothy, because I was obviously disabled with the problems with Emily. And like the opportunist snake that you are, you took full advantage, didn't you? Because I took your wrench away, Dorothy. Why did I take your wrench away 3-4 years ago? People that were around will know what happened. You acted like a creep. You wouldn't stop calling me babe. You kept trying to speak on my behalf, going around other channels, trying to speak on my behalf, leaving innumerable comments under all my videos. I had to delete half your comments because it was embarrassing. And Sagacious Angel, that you were going after back then, she has no love for me right now, but even she, I'm sure, would admit that I had to delete half your comments because she was aware of it. And this was when you were a moderator for me, Dorothy. So I took your wrench away. I'm sorry. You've done well. You've got a big channel. Round of applause. And just notice how sick this is that I actually have to do this. First of all, let me just show you the article that Dorothy managed to find for herself, which luckily for her, this individual has the same name as myself, okay? Ian Barnes. So let's just read it here, okay? This is the Tipperary Live article, okay? This is what Dorothy was enjoying herself about. Tipperary man who allegedly threatened to murder ex-partner before special sitting of court. Shock horror, right? This is the Clonmel District Court. A man who allegedly threatened to murder his ex-partner will be before a special sitting of Clonmel District Court on February the 22nd. This article is 2021. Ian Barnes of Wilderness Grove, Clonmel, is charged with harassing his ex-partner on dates between August the 22nd and September the 15th inclusive last year under the Non-Fatal Offences Against the Person Act 1997. The sergeant told the court that the complainant received texts and calls which she deemed somewhat threatening on a continuous basis over a number of weeks. There is an allegation that he said he would murder her. The defence solicitor said his client had pleaded not guilty to the charge. The judge remanded the defendant on continuing bail until February the 22nd. Okay, now I spent half of last night with a good friend trying to get more information on this. Whoever this Ian Barnes is, this is obviously my name, but it's not me. I lived in Ireland for 10 years. I lived in Cork for 5 years and then up in Galway for 5 years. Tipperary, where this is from, is in the middle of the country in Ireland. Okay, it's round about here. I've never been there. So I lived down in Cork here for 5 years and then up in beautiful Galway for 5 years. And I'm going to be there shortly. I might do some streams from Galway actually. The Sarah Boone case is coming up, and my God, I'd love to be talking about that right now. So I contacted the, this is obviously not me, so I contacted the email address that was provided. So you can see this here. Because myself and one of my friends spent half the night trying to find more information on this individual. Now, luckily for Dorothy, whether she's aware of this or not, the data protection laws over here make it almost impossible to get information on public information for things like this. And we couldn't find a single other article, no other information. So all we have is this guy's name and address. So I'm obviously in the position of having to disprove a negative here, okay? Now, one resource that I'm going to have to use here is to contact the newspaper. As you can see here, to whom it may concern, I'm writing in relation to a matter of defamation on social media that I'm having to deal with at present. It has been alleged that the article linked below and a certain Ian Barnes is myself and about me. This individual was not me. It goes without saying just how serious this is and damaging to my concerns. In the meantime, it's of urgency to me to validate this person is not me. And what I've done is I've provided my identification documents, which I'm about to show you, in the hope that they'll be able to at least confirm that this individual is not me, because I highly doubt with the data protection laws we have that they're going to be able to give me any information if they have it. And I'm going to have to go through Police Scotland and the Gardaí, which is the police establishment in Ireland, to get records to show that I have no record, okay? But that's going to take time. But what I'll do, just for you, Dorothy, seeing as you care so much about this, is I'm going to give you my documentation here, okay? This is my driving license. There's my date of birth. I was actually due to be born on Christmas Day, but I even messed that up and I was premature. So the 24th of December, 1976. That's my name. That's where I was born, Dunfermline, in Scotland. Use that to your heart's content. There's my passport, name, Dunfermline, place of birth, and my date of birth. And there's my birth certificate with my details there. So knock yourself the hell out. You don't see anything? Oh God, okay. So you didn't see the article, right? Okay. So that's the article that I was talking about. And I've read it out already. And let's just save Dorothy some time and put the link into the chat here. I invite anyone to contact them and try and find out. I feel like I have to, Oxy. I feel like I have to. Is Jules in here? Oh, Jules, I was just thinking that you were hating me right now because I noticed you took my wrench away. I assume because of all this stuff with BBT. You may want to go back and listen to this from the start. So yeah, this is the article. I've put the link in the chat. There you go. Knock yourself out. And I am doxing myself because I have no alternative. So there's my birth certificate. There's my name. There's my date of birth there. Dunfermline, the town where I was born. There's my passport. And there's my driving license. So if anyone wants to go on a little internet hunt, have fun. And I am going to pursue this legally, Dorothy. So I highly suggest that you keep my name out your mouth. I've never asked anyone on YouTube for money in the 4 years that I've been here, but I promise you, Dorothy, if you don't keep my name out your mouth, you will lose your channel and you are going to be held accountable for this. If I have to start a GoFundMe to make sure you're held accountable legally, I will do it, okay? So take the chance to get out of this now, okay? Yeah, yeah. Thing is, Kathy, I have to do this because I've had a year of this. Enough. I don't know. If Dorothy continues, then I will start a GoFundMe because I've had enough of this. And to be honest, guys, I don't know if I'm going to stay on for long because, as you can imagine, I'm absolutely sickened by this. And I need to be careful that I don't say anything I might regret. If anyone wants to come up on panel, then feel free. Yeah, I know, Bubsy, but she has half BBT's channel believing that there's a damn good chance that Rabid Dog is a damn criminal. I've never been in prison in my life, thankfully. But even if I had been, what you're doing is so sick. Did you not know about this, Jules? And listen, I wouldn't blame anyone for not wanting to be on panel for this because this is toxic. I'm not covering this. I'm not covering this again. Hey,
Hey, Rabid.
hey,
Hold.
you all right? Oh, you're on mute.
Yeah, my dog is barking. I am. Can you hear me?
I can. You hear me, Jules?
Yes. Can you hear me now?
I can, yeah.
Very good. Okay, very good. My dog was barking, and she's got such a like deafening, deafening sound. So that's why I put it on mute. But listen, I feel like I have been in a coma,
Mm-hmm.
and I have awakened, and now there's all this chaos, and I don't have any idea what's happening other than people are unhappy with me, and I don't know why.
Mm-hmm.
And now I hear that there's something with you, and I'm lost. I'm completely lost.
I don't blame anyone for being lost in this. I mean, you would really have to have been, watching so much of what's been going on. I mean, clearly there's been a big fallout between BBT and Natasha, and that's not really.
I knew about that. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's
About
not.
a guitar or something.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, and there's a few other issues now. That's nothing to do with me. I mean, my issue with BBT was that, and this is just my opinion, okay, as a friend, and I do say friend, but it's in inverted commas. I I have a soft spot for BBT. I like BBT, but I have no love for MRB, okay? I have huge problems with MRB, as most people do. But when someone thinks it's okay to dedicate their entire existence on YouTube to one person, no matter who that person is,
Correct.
continually, you have to acknowledge that that's not healthy. Now,
Right.
I think we all understood it to begin with because BBT went through hell, okay?
Yes. Yes.
We all know that, and we all looked at things from a different angle afterwards, and we gave her a pass. But my problem is the point of any wrongs being righted and any validation that she deserved, that point was crossed a long, long time ago. That's my problem. And I tried to have this discussion with BBT in private. I didn't want to do this publicly.
Right.
I'm sorry that my words hurt BBT, but I stand by them. I'm sorry I stand by them, but I'm not responsible for BBT's behavior.
Of course not.
$10.
Hey, Natasha.
Hey.
Hi,
Hey, how are you?
Natasha.
Hello. I just wanted to say that it's about a lot more than a guitar,
Well,
and a camera.
yeah. So I just saw somebody in the chat. I don't remember who it was. Somebody said something like, "Oh, Jules of Thought hurt a lot of people." I have no idea what is going on. That's how far outside the loop I am. I don't know what they mean. I hurt people. That is just bizarre to me.
Well, do you have an alt that's allegedly innocent?
I am. My channel name is allegedly innocent.
Because I've seen screenshots of things that you've said about me in BBT's chat. So, I mean, I can understand why people.
I definitely took issue with talking about her having cancer.
I don't care what you took issue with. There was no reason for you to say the things that you said about me. You don't know that it's true either.
That what's true?
Anything that she said. There's concrete proof of her lies. And I don't even know you. I've been in your chat twice. And for you to say the things that you've said about me publicly in BBT's chat and encourage her when she's obviously manic and spiraling out of control, in my opinion, is completely deplorable, especially from someone who's supposed to have some type of mental health qualifications.
Wait a minute. Don't even begin to go there. No, ma'am. No. Absolutely not.
You're encouraging someone who's obviously
statement is that in no way was her health status at all fodder for somebody to somehow make that an attack tool. That was my position.
And that's not what you said. You said a lot of things that you should have kept your mouth shut about because you don't have any idea about anything that has happened behind the scenes. And you said things about me that you don't have a clue about.
What are you? I don't know what you're talking about right now.
Well, I've got plenty of screenshots, and you seem to know plenty. You said you didn't know anything about it, but now all of a sudden that I'm up here, you said you basically dismissed it as something about a guitar. It's a lot more than about a guitar. She ripped off one of my subs and my daughter.
I don't know I don't know what that is.
Well, we've shown the proof of it, and if you had seen something and pulled your head out of your ass,
I don't have my head in my.
You would have seen about it.
Well,
obviously you do, because if you were
anything related to proof, I haven't.
See, that's the problem. You haven't seen anything that's related to proof because you haven't looked.
I've heard
them on BBT's
No, I haven't looked.
You've been on BBT's channel and you believe what she said, and that's what you've ran with. And that's exactly what Rabid's talking about.
I haven't been on her panel.
I didn't say panel. I said channel.
I did say panel. Oh, okay. I misunderstood you. No, I heard her crying, and it was really bad, and I felt really bad. And it sounded like to me that y'all had uncovered that she had cancer or she didn't have cancer, and she was freaking out. And I said that was inappropriate.
This is the problem. You listen to somebody, to their sob story, without getting the backstory, and you make comments about it without knowing the full story of both sides. Because I have shown proof of everything I have said. I always do. She has shown proof of absolutely nothing.
I am not spending my time watching all of this.
Then why are you commenting on it?
This came out of left field to me.
If you're not going to take the time to find out what's true and what's not, then why would you comment on it?
Because you did talk about her having cancer, and I thought that was really inappropriate.
How do you know what I said? Because she showed clips of things and then rewound them and said that I flipped her words around. I also edit apparently when my dryer goes off.
That you're what?
I'm also editing my videos that are live when my dryer buzzer goes off and when I'm patting the back of my granddaughter, burping her.
I don't know what that is.
You're sitting over there in that chat listening to that stuff.
I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what you're talking about. I have no idea what you're talking about, Natasha.
Well, if you've listened to BBT, then you should know what I'm talking about.
Look, let me explain this. So occasionally I will pop in there and I will say hi or whatever, and then I'll either go over to AB's channel and fall asleep, or I'll do a live myself. I spend very little time over there. For one thing, it's a repeat. It's all the same thing that's been going on for months. So when I went in there, it'd been days, maybe a week or more since I'd been in there, and she was sobbing, crying, wanting something about the cancer and all that. And I was like, oh my gosh, this is too hard to listen to. And I left. And then I think I had gone back in there a little bit more. And then it was something about a guitar. I didn't know there was a camera involved, but something about a guitar. And I never quite understood what that whole thing was. So no, I'm not. I don't know what you guys are talking about. I don't know what this thing was about them saying that I hurt people. Is bizarre. You're talking about a washing machine or a dryer?
Yeah, I can explain a bit of that, Jules. Natasha's on mute now, so she might be up to something. But BBT has made a lot of. Have you heard BBT making claims that MRB? She makes she flags points during her live that she's going to go back
or something.
Yeah. Now, I think almost everyone knows that it's ludicrous, right? The MRB is clapping and then going back and editing. But there's many versions of this with BBT. And subsequently, after Natasha and BBT fell out, she's now making exactly the same types of claims about Natasha editing. And one of the claims is that when Natasha sighs, that's a cutoff point, or when the dryer in the background, the laundry dryer, is heard, that's another cutoff point. It's ludicrous to anyone that has a rational mind. We all know Natasha's not editing. We know that MRB is not editing. Even if they were editing, why would they not edit out the claps or whatever the cutoff point is? So that has an impact upon her credibility. And unfortunately for BBT, there's other issues that people are doubting now, and there are obviously some pretty personal ones, okay? I'm not talking about that, but I think people, and these are all people that have done a lot to support BBT financially.
Well, yeah,
On you go.
Go ahead.
And try to think where I was. Yeah, see, there's just been also on top of all this, the way that BBT has treated a lot of people that were her strongest supporters, not just morally but financially. She's been really insulting about a lot of people. She's made claims that they're colluding with other people, with Natasha. She is essentially, and they block and delete every single negative comment or challenging comment that comes through. And the irony is that she's basically, her and her assistant Debbie, they're running their channel precisely the way that they criticised MRB for doing.
What do you mean? And what? I don't know what that means.
The way that they're treating, challenging,
the way they're talking to people
from subscribers. Oh. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I spend very little time there. Very little. So it was when I came in. I think I was in there. Well, it must have been. The only way I know how to time it, that she had something up there. It looked like it was an old video where you had been like on Diane's channel.
Yeah.
And she had that up playing. And there was a comment that was made, something about me and hybrid Pisces and not Zap Girl, the bat, Casbat.
Oh, Casbat.
Yeah, and she kind of implied, like she said something somehow that I had done something because a hybrid Pisces or Casbat. Mm-hmm. And I typed into the chat, I said, did you really just say that I was like throwing shade at you? Like what?
Yeah.
But then she said, I don't know, she kind of said no, that I was wrong. I didn't understand what and I just left. So I'm not going to deal with all that. I don't like all this drama. And when all I'm doing is trying to keep up with what I do on my channel or not, it's bizarre to hear my name be brought up.
Yeah.
I'm blown away. And then when your name started up, I thought, is this a joke? Like, are they really, where's this coming from?
Yeah.
So I'm blown away. I am, but I don't want any part of any of this.
Oh no, I don't blame you. I don't blame you. I think what some people, would see, the problem is everyone knows that you and BBT are very close. Well, so it's natural you're going to want to be loyal to her and support her, right?
I'm not. Let's see. Let me pull up. I was trying to pull up an email that I sent, And my email was very direct to both.
That's what I'm.
I want to. Can I ask you a question?
And I said,
Sure.
you know, there is a big true crime a trial that's starting up, and let's work on the trial, and let's, you know, don't talk about this, don't tear down your channel, you know, everything that's happened, let it go on, quit doing all this, don't repeat the past. And then it was, after I sent that email, it was maybe 2 days later that I popped in, and this thing was being said about hybrid Pisces and Casbat, something about that me and Casbat are such good friends and we like each other so much, but Casbat never comes in my channel, and somehow that was like a problem. And I thought, this is so silly, I don't even want to, and I just left. So I feel really I know that this situation is one that is not worth investing in. Like you said, well, I know that you're really you're really loyal to BBT or whatever. I've been consistent and I've been unwavering, and I had said multiple times why I supported her, and that she was using MRB's words to reflect what her truth was. But that's it. And I've made these attempts to try to move away from this topic, but she's invested in it, and it's not my position to tell her she's wrong or to make her some. AK, I have a really good friend named AK Rocks. AK made an attempt to try to calm the topic down a little bit.
Well, I have a question for you as far as why you thought that body shaming me in her chat was appropriate.
You know what, Natasha? I'm going to finish this conversation with Rabid, because Rabid and I have a long friendship, or we've known each other for a long time, and we can have a conversation. I just asked you a question. You a lot. I've seen you throughout the time, like when you and MRB were going at each other and all that. There is not any reason in the world for me and you to try to have a conversation.
I'm asking you a question as to why you felt it was appropriate to body shame me in BBT's chat repeatedly. I don't even know you, and you think
it's a fair question, Jules.
Body shame me?
It's a fair question, because a lot of us have been surprised by some of that.
I hate to be in this position where
then
I'm
why
saying,
do you say it? You don't even know me. You know what you
I
see
don't
on
think
the internet.
I don't think you're listening. I think you're asking a lot of questions, and I don't think you're hearing what my response is.
I'm hearing your response.
Telling
you a bunch of bullshit.
That there was what's a bunch of bullshit. It is. I mean, this whole thing is odd.
Who doesn't know you to make jokes about your weight and to fat shame you, that's pretty insulting to me. And it's also juvenile behavior, because I've never said a word about you. I don't even know.
You know what? This is the reason why I said it's not really worthwhile to try to have a conversation with you.
Why? Because I'm calling you out
you're
on
going to dominate.
You don't want to explain it.
Who can explain anything, Natasha? You're
not
yelling. That's all you care about.
I'm not
you
yelling.
You just want to be in control. You just want to lash out, show everybody that you're the meanest person around. That's what you're wanting to do.
I don't think
you can do that. You can do that. That's fine.
I haven't been mean. I've asked you a question about
I've answered you. I've answered you. It is very difficult to have a conversation when you don't know what in the hell anybody's talking about. I've just told Rabid, and I'm going to tell you again. I thought that there was something about a guitar, and I didn't stick around long enough to hear what that was.
But
I heard
you stuck
that there
around
was
long enough to fat shame me.
Yeah, it's quite a specific question. Jules.
I don't. Can you email, like you said you have screenshots? Can you email that to me and let me see it?
I'll put them up on my channel for you.
Oh my God. Okay. Put them up on your channel. I don't know what they are. I'm trying to find out what you're addressing.
About me?
No, I don't. I said that the cancer thing was completely inappropriate, and that it was wrong to be concerned about somebody's health status. Yeah, I
You
said
didn't-
I don't
you
think
didn't
I
say-
said a word. I don't think I said a word about the guitar because I just thought this is so.
I don't care about the
strange.
guitar.
Like, did she
I don't
steal
care
it or
about
she?
that. I'm asking you about the
I
fat
don't
shaming
know.
and the body shaming. You don't remember saying anything about that.
No. And I'm trying to pull up an email. I sent an email to Deborah and
What does that have to do with what
BBC.
I'm asking you? You're
Because
circling the subject.
No, I'm not sure. Oh my God. Let me explain. I pop in and usually it's because there's nothing on to watch or I'm getting ready to go to sleep. And I'll pop in to look and see what she's showing. It's always MRB. And this particular night I went in and she was really, really crying, like really hard. And it was about the cancer thing. And I thought, oh my gosh, I didn't even know that she had cancer. Like I was actually really surprised that I wouldn't know because I felt like I've been supportive of her. So it was odd to me that all of this came out. And so you got to understand, my ears get tired. I get weary of the whole thing. And I don't like it, the drama stuff. I don't want to be in all these arguments. I don't want to have these conversations. And I left. Then when I tried to come back in, like I said, there was something that came up about the guitar. Again, I didn't stick around much. My husband thinks it's all crazy. And I don't know much of anything about it. I didn't listen long enough. In the email that I was referring to, I sent these emails because I was like, oh my God, now she's going to start doing this thing with MRB. Is going to now go with Natasha. And so I sent her an email to say, hey, there's a trial coming up. We could do the trial. And that's I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know why people are saying I hurt them. I don't understand it.
You still didn't answer anything about what I asked about the fat shaming.
I don't believe I fat shamed you, Natasha.
You did, Jules.
Where?
In BBT's chat. Several times, actually.
Okay.
And it's quite common, actually, in BBT's chat.
Can you send it to me? Will you email it to me? I mean, you don't have to because I'm not invested in all this. It doesn't.
You're not invested in this.
I'm not invested.
Well,
it doesn't involve me, Natasha.
When somebody I don't know fat shames me in a chat full of other people that are doing the same thing.
I don't believe that I did that. I really don't believe that I did that.
You did repeatedly. Everybody in the chat has heard it, and they're telling you in the chat. Rabid saw it.
Who's telling me? Oh, wait, in the chat now? Well, they're saying in the chat that I hurt them, and I have no idea what that means. Like why they're saying that.
Wow.
I just feel like there's things that have happened, and I'm not watching it while it's happening. I don't see I don't know why Rabid's fighting with BBT. I don't know why.
I'm not fighting with BBT. She's fighting with me. She just doesn't like the words that I've had to say.
Well, somehow she connected me to Casbat and something about hybrid Pisces, and I am clueless. I have zero idea what any. She even said that she never sees Casbat in my channel, but we're supposedly really great friends, and that's how she put it together. And
why is BBC worrying about all that stuff? That's exactly what MRB got accused of.
I don't know what it was even about. I said, "Are you talking about?" Or I said, "I can't." Did you really just say blah blah blah? And then she said that I was misunderstanding what she was saying or something. And then I just left. I was done. I don't care. This is not something that I don't spend time doing this. It's not, you know that. I'm not comfortable with all the arguing. It makes my ears tired.
Then why are you in her
makes
chat
me
almost
so.
every night? You've been in
I
there
am
almost
not in
every,
her. No, absolutely not. I am not in her chat every night.
of
No way.
multiple times that you've been in there. If that indeed is your
I
your name.
am not in her chat every night. That is, in fact,
I
it
want
is
to
a
explain
rare
to you
thing.
how you've hurt people.
It is a rare thing for me to be in there now. It is a rare thing.
Okay.
No,
yeah, you're right, and yeah, that's true. You're not there every night, Jules.
So you ask why people in the chat were saying that you had hurt them.
Yes.
When you fat shame someone, do you realize how many people are overweight?
I
and
do
not
know how
always
many...
because of their own.
Of course.
Well, when you say things about me, it hurts other people who also may be overweight.
I don't believe that I did that, but I don't believe that I did that. And I mean, this seems, I feel like I'm in like the Twilight Zone.
Yeah, well, for once, BBT's title was quite appropriate, to be honest.
What is it?
It was Twilight Zone, I think, or some reference to the Twilight Zone, because the Rabid Dog that they were talking about, I don't know if that's a doppelganger, because it's not me. I don't know who they're talking about. I mean, they can go back to like 3-4 years ago and talk and decry what I was thinking at that point. But things change, things evolve, right? When new evidence presents itself, you might change your mind. I mean, you're aware of that, Jules, right?
Wait a minute. Hold on. Do you remember the path that you and I have taken in our friendship?
Absolutely.
It's been a very strange path, yeah. But I always expected the best from you, and yeah. I think you expected the same with me. And yeah. when the circumstances kind of cleared and things made sense, you and I immediately picked up with our friendship, and there was no you don't talk it to death. You just move on in friendship, and you don't. So,
but that just underlines my point, right? Things changed, and I looked at things again regarding you and I, and that's why we became on good terms, right? Sure. But BBT, she seems to be thinking that she can discredit me by playing old clips of when I thought differently to how I feel now. That's just not fair, is it?
Why is she doing this?
Because she's upset with me. She feels like in her mind, she feels that I betrayed her. But the problem is, it sounds like I was trying to do what you described yourself doing by giving my opinion in private, right? Initially, I was wanting to have a conversation with her because I could see a train wreck coming down the line, but she wasn't interested. So I had no choice but to stay away because I wasn't going to join in the whole obsession with MRB. And then months and months later, I don't know, 3 or 4 months later, she just randomly contacted me. And I had to just reiterate my thoughts. And then subsequently, BBT and Natasha fell out. And I've always had respect for Natasha. I'm sorry to anyone that annoys, but that's just how I feel. Okay. And I sent Natasha a Cash App with a message. Okay. It was just after Natasha lost her true crime channel, which has happened innumerable times. And I think that's bullshit to be deplatformed like that continually because people they do not want her to have success, I guess, on YouTube. And BBT is seeing that as betrayal from me. So then I tried to go in and speak to BBT on her channel because she was getting things wrong when she was playing a clip from Natasha claiming that it was edited. She was playing the wrong clip. So I wanted to go in there and just point it out to her. And then she wouldn't let me on panel. And then because of that, I ended up having the discussion with Natasha. So that's, in a nutshell, that's what happened. And then Dorothy swooped in, even though it's got nothing to do with her. She swooped in because she has a hard-on for me.
So I have a couple of things I wanted to read to you that you wrote and see if you remember them.
Okay.
You fucking bitch. If I was in the room with you, lady, your ass would be out of that putrid recliner.
No.
You didn't say that?
No.
You're not.
And before anybody says anything, I don't drink. I don't. No. Like I said, I came in.
You're a mod for BBT on her channel, correct? On March 21st.
I am.
This is when you said this.
I am a mod. Well, I used to be. I think I am.
Well, you said this on March 21st as a mod in her chat. You fucking bitch. If I was in the room with you, lady, your ass would be out of that putrid recliner.
On the 21st, that's a Tuesday, and on Tuesdays I work 12 hours.
Okay, well, somebody was in there under your name and said that.
I work What time of day was it?
I have no idea. I'm looking at screenshots.
Okay.
Okay, and I have another one. Hold on. Let me see. This one says, I find it strange that a 300-pound woman talks like she is a gangster thug.
I don't know what that is.
You don't remember saying that either?
What date was that?
Same day.
No, on Tuesdays, I leave before the sun comes up and I don't get home till the sun comes down. I usually don't even eat dinner. I'm straight in bed and gone, asleep. I don't know how. Let me look at my thing. Hold on.
If you did say that, Jules, would you regret it?
Would I what?
If you did say that, would you regret it, right?
Would I regret it?
Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
There's a lot more than that, but I have to go back and find all the screenshots. Those are just the two that I had right here in front of me.
Yeah, I'm looking at dates right here. Yeah, see, no, I worked. I worked on the 21st. No, that wouldn't have happened. Not on that date.
You said, and I don't think this was the same date, but this one says, it gets me in trouble because I refuse to be a member of her cult group.
It gets me in trouble. I don't, no, I mean, maybe sometimes I haven't talked about MRB in forever and a day.
No, this was about me.
No, I wouldn't even think about that. That wouldn't even the connection wouldn't even be there for that word cult.
Well, that's what the chat was discussing.
So this was the 20.
Like I said, these are different dates. It's not the same date.
Okay.
These are all different screenshots.
No, I thought it was, so I really thought that it was,
like I said, these are just the ones that I'm pulling up right off the top of my head.
Sure. But I'm not in there. And
well, this was another one. Someone needs to give her some motivation to get her fat ass out of that infested recliner.
No.
You didn't say that?
Mm-mm.
Well, this one is also said by your name as a wrench on BBT's channel.
Well, I don't understand it. I will tell you that at this point, I'm almost I just kind of want to throw my hands up in there and say, this is more of the old crap that happened with MRB. That it's like I've come to this decision that people operate behind the scenes to stir up shit. and then that makes more content, and I don't want to be a part of anybody's content. I don't want, this is not fun to me.
You're saying that somebody on BBT's channel is using your name and your avatar.
I'm saying that
say these things about me.
I don't know where you're getting this information from.
I'm looking at her chat in real time. Somebody just sent me a screenshot of it, a screen recording of it.
What are you talking about in old chat?
A screen recording of BBT's chat.
Okay.
And I'm watching as these things are typed out live.
Yeah. Okay.
And
okay.
I don't
That's
care
what I
about
thought you
using
were
this
doing.
as content. I don't care anything about that. I haven't said anything about this on my channel, actually.
Yeah. So my confusion is that I don't ever go into her channel hardly at all anymore. And if I do, it's fairly limited. I'll go in and, make a few comments and then I leave. There's not, it's like I said, it's a repeat and it's kind of all the same thing. So I don't even know what else to say any more than I understood when I popped in and she said that about Casbat and hybrid Pisces. And I thought, well, that is strange. What is that comment about?
Okay, well,
I don't know what any of this is.
This one is about my health condition. This one is
what?
Also my health condition. It says, wait, an exploding pituitary gland? Is that anything like exploding kittens?
I don't know what to say. I don't know. Do you have a date for that?
Hang on just a second. I'm going to put it backstage so that Rabid can show
it. That's so dumb.
Well, it's not dumb to me. It may be to you, but it's not to me.
No, of course it's not dumb to you. I'm sure it's very hurtful, and I'm really sorry that was said about you. But this is
Jules, I'm really sorry, but I'm being implored to show.
You're doing what?
I'm really sorry, Jules, but I'm being implored to show screenshots, okay?
I don't.
That's one of them.
Oh, you have them. Okay. See, I didn't.
Okay.
I don't think. Yeah, they're. I'm glad you have them because I.
Hold on just a minute. I saw same thing happening to another channel. And I thought, this is the same old crap that happened years ago at I can't even remember that lady's name now.
Oh, wow. I haven't even seen this one. That Sal does nothing but tell people to give her money. Somehow she thinks being a bully online is employment.
That is so bizarre. That is not anything that's ridiculous. That's ridiculous.
Are you saying this wasn't you, Jules?
I don't think there's no way that I'm trying to look and see.
There's no that you don't think so.
There is. I mean, there is. You're telling me that I said that with a wrench? That's crazy. Let me hold on a minute. Let me try to pull up my list here. Hold on.
Lord have mercy.
Yeah. I'm trying.
Hybrid, can you hear us?
Yes, can you hear me?
Yep, perfectly.
Hey, Hybrid.
Hi, Jules. How are you?
Well, I'm fine.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I think you've got that.
Hold on, I gotta turn my YouTube off.
Yeah.
Oh, she dropped. She'll be back up, I'm sure.
Who dropped?
Hybrid.
Oh, okay. All right. Let me go to my month. Here we are. And she said it was on the 21st.
I'm just going to be honest with you. I would have
Dick
much
and
more.
Beth.
I mean, there's no way that you don't remember saying this stuff. If you said it, you either did it or you didn't. Having to go
Yeah,
back.
I
and
did
look at the date.
not. I did not. And I'm pulling up my schedule right now. I literally did not leave I finished my last appointment at 8:00 at night, and it takes me about an hour to get home, and it usually takes me about 20 minutes to finish up and get in the car. So
Well, this was at 2 in the morning.
It was at what?
2 in the morning.
No, that was not me. Nope. Nope, nope, nope.
And this one was from the 26th, 2 days ago.
Did you? That was a Sunday. I don't know. I said, like I said, I thought that the whole cancer thing was odd and strange, and why that would be room for YouTube attacks and whatnot. And the rest of it, I don't know what it is. I know I see Snow Lion here, and she came into my live and she said something one day about, is this a BBT friendly channel? And I thought at the time she said that, I thought, what is that? Why would she say that? And I said, yes, it's a BBT friendly channel. And I thought that there was a guitar problem. So I just sort of feel like I'm obviously, I absolutely hate all this. And I'm sure that crap like that, I heard the way that BBT was crying. I've seen you cry. I've seen MRB cry. It's unpleasant. I don't want to be a part of any of it. And so it's, I'm sorry that I'm not even sure how my name is in this, but I'm sorry that my name is in it. And I'm sorry that people were hurt. And I'm all I can say is I'm sorry. I don't know what else I can say. I don't know what else all I can do is say I'm sorry. So
Okay.
what else do you do? Like, what else can be done? Well, it doesn't make any sense at all. It happened on the 21st. There's absolutely zero
honey, it's not just the 21st.
Doubt.
There's
no,
multiple
I understand
days.
that. Yeah, no, I understand that. But my point is that it's impossible. So I don't know how it was done. I don't know who's doing it. I don't know where it's coming from. But I didn't say those things. I did think that the cancer thing, and I thought that was awful. But all I can say is I'm sorry. I don't know. But the fact that it was the 21st, that it's impossible. It's literally impossible. There's no way in hell that I would work that 12-hour day and then make the drive home and then be up at 2 a.m. That is impossible. It's not even remotely possible.
Well, what would be? I don't understand what somebody else's motivation would be.
I don't know.
To be in there as a wrench, and
what the motivation would be. I don't know what the motivation is for all the fighting that everybody does. I don't know what that motivation is. I don't know.
I'm just going to be honest with you. I don't believe you. I'm just going to be honest. I don't believe you. I'm not buying it, because I know that I can remember everything I say, especially something like this. I remember everything I say. And unless you have some kind of short-term memory loss or
I don't
dementia or something.
No, that's
There's
silly.
there's no
that's silly.
It is, it's very silly. You're right. There's
Yeah.
no way that a grown person can't remember the things that they type out and say in somebody else's chat. And I don't believe what you're saying. It doesn't make sense. And if it doesn't make sense, there's a reason. And I really wish that you would just admit it and move on. Because people in the chat said the same thing. They would have a lot more respect for you as well. If you would just admit that you said it and move on.
What the hell do you want me to admit?
That you said it.
That I did not say those things.
Okay, well, it's just a dead end then, right?
Yeah.
But obviously people can judge for themselves. Hybrid, can you hear us okay?
I think so. Can you hear me?
Yeah, perfect.
I finally figured it out. This Bluetooth was killing me. Sorry.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you guys?
Yeah, crazy.
Natasha, I'm sorry that you had to see all that. That's awful. I don't know. I wasn't there. Is it possible that there was a clone? I suppose there was. I don't know. I don't want to get into all that. I wasn't there. I don't deal with conflict well of my own, let alone other people's.
Well,
but I am sorry that you had to see all that.
Apparently, there was something, because that was the whole reason when I saw Rabid live and I came in and you were in here, because there was something that between me and you. You and I? Yeah. Something between me and you and Casbad. And I am in the dark. I think I can shed some light onto that for you. I think I do know where all that is coming from. What is it? So I think this all for me, this all started weeks ago when I started becoming a combination of concerned as well as just a little bit kind of grossed out by what was going on over there. Like, it's been a year. How long are we going to gather for hours every day, like doing the same thing? And okay, you can look at that from two perspectives. As a consumer of this media, I can just turn it off, right? Like, that's easy enough to do, which for the most part I've done. I did that a while ago. But then there's the human piece of it who's been on this journey with these people for quite a long time. And I started to get really worried about BBT, to be honest. Like, what's going on over there is just not healthy. It's really not. But I kept I never said, I don't talk to people behind the scenes. You know that. I really don't. I speak to maybe one or two people from YouTube behind the scenes. I'm not on. We can't hear you, Hybrid.
Hybrid? We just lost you. Hybrid. Oh no. Let me you're still on the screen. You're still in the studio.
Yeah, for a minute.
Hello?
It was.
You're back.
Can you hear me?
Yeah. You're back.
Can you hear me?
Yep.
You can hear me?
We can, yeah. We just lost the last 30 seconds or so.
Okay, sorry, I'm gonna sit still. Anyhow, blah blah blah. So that all occurred, but in the past, it kind of all happened at the same time. I saw Natasha was back on and kind of went over there to say hi, not really even knowing what was going on, and that collided with what this stuff about BBT coming out. And I ended up over there in her chat, and I think that BBT saw that as this was all coming out together.
But that doesn't have anything to do with me and you.
Absolutely it doesn't, but it ups my ante of concern for her, because it tells me that she's watching everything that's going on, and I think she's extremely concerned to lose you as a friend and to lose your loyalty on YouTube. Both of those two things that don't intersect and are completely different, but I think they're equal concern to her. I think this whole thing has become so unhealthy for her. It's all encompassing.
And what does Casbat have to do with this?
Because I think she knows that Casbat, number one, doesn't support what's going on over there and is well respected by a lot of people. And I think she's threatened by that. And I do believe, Jules, I will be honest with you, like for me, it was more just the behavior that was going on over there that was concerning. But as this has all come out in the last couple of weeks, I have some serious concerns about her honesty about a few things. Whether or not that's relevant is really up to the individual to figure out, I suppose. Like, I don't think that she's being honest with all of these people sitting there day after day after day that are quote unquote supporting her about what's
Be it
really going on in her own life.
Honest how?
I'm not
Like that the videos
I'm not certain that I'm not certain that I believe the medical issues, number one. If you look at the timeline of events and you start comparing notes, it makes no sense. And again, you know, is that really anybody's business? I guess, you know, we could argue that either way, but she's got people over there financially supporting her on the precipice that it is. And I do believe that she's quite concerned about that. And I think that that's where all those tears came in that day. And then you went over there and kind of reassured her, I think, that that she still had your support. Again, she knows that you're very influential in this community. And I think that gave her quite a bit of confidence to kind of, that it wasn't going to be as big of a deal. And now she seems to have gone all.
So now, what you're saying is that you think that I supported her and empowered her to continue doing what she's been doing? Stop it, Token. That is not, stop. That's not fair.
Hi, Brad.
I think she,
we lost you again.
Lost
Sorry.
her signal again. Yeah.
Yeah, it's difficult for me to keep an eye on chat. I'm not used to having this many people here, but I just hope everyone's being respectful in chat.
Hello?
Yeah, you're back.
Okay, sorry. Anyways, no, I don't think you meant to do it, Jules. I just, like, if I just look at the chain of events, okay, so we take all of that aside. I worry about BBT. I don't think she's a well person. I don't think she's a well, and I'm not certain that if people really cared about her, I don't think they're doing her any favors over there every night, encouraging this behavior. Not the behavior alone, but now it's gone to a whole other level of, I worry about what happens when and if they, hypothetically, if our concerns are correct and she's not being honest, if they find out and they all abandon her all at once, that really concerns me about her. You know, YouTube is people aren't loyal. Like, things can change on a dime.
Absolutely.
You know, like, I worry about that for her a lot. I really do. I don't, and I do believe that you care about her as a person. And I think that there are other people over there that do as well. And I just wish that maybe people would take a step back and look at what's best for BBT as a human being rather than a character on YouTube.
Yeah. So
I agree with every word of that. Sorry.
Yeah. I definitely get what you're saying there. I guess my question would be this. You Hybrid, you were part of, you saw what happened in the beginning. You saw the isolation and her being ostracized and manipulated. And, you know, everybody saw that. Everybody saw it. And so she starts using these videos to show that, you know, what she's saying is true or whatever. If she builds her channel using that content, then she has to have a different content to stop doing that and make something else. But if her choice is to continue doing this, what are the tools to say, you know, BBT, it's unhealthy and it'd be better if you changed and started doing content related to this? Like, what is how?
I can answer that. I can answer that.
Yeah,
Jules.
tell me. Yeah, tell me.
So somehow BBT has to take some scintilla of responsibility. That's the only way.
Okay.
I now know that none of us on YouTube can do it. So it's up to BBT herself and her person and her closest friends.
Okay. And so you want people to tell her to quit that to stop
No.
making the content like she is and to do a different content? Is that what you're saying?
No, I'm not saying that. She has to make that decision.
I
Like,
agree.
we're just observing honestly as we can. I think hybrid completely represents my view as well.
Yeah.
This is not coming from any kind of need for drama. It's not coming from a need of hate. It's not coming from hate, sorry. It is genuine concern.
No, well, like I said, I have been doing what my general viewpoint is on YouTube, and that is that people watch the content that they want to watch, and they don't watch the content they don't want to watch, and that's.
See, the
if
only
nobody's
problem,
going to be watching her, if people stop watching her channel, then she's going to be forced to change her content, right?
yeah, but there's also the issue that she had Dorothy on her channel. Now, Dorothy wasn't a part of any of this. I know she has a problem with Natasha, and Dorothy also has a long-standing problem with me. But this particular issue had nothing to do with her whatsoever. But it didn't stop her coming into BB's channel and literally defaming me for the second time. And unfortunately for BBT, her channel's liable for that. Okay, because Dorothy's clever to not do this sort of stuff on her own channel.
Mhm.
And BBT has to understand
Why did you get
dangerous
targeted?
that is and how serious it is.
Why were you targeted? You were really good
Because,
friends with BBT.
well, we were. I mean, the easiest thing to do is just go back and watch this from the start afterwards. But it was because basically she perceives me as betraying her because I spoke to Natasha.
Okay. The same thing with hybrid Pisces.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Hybrid, are you back?
Yep. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so where do you stand now? Like what, so is there, what, I mean, obviously something happened because you don't get fired up angry. That's not your way.
I don't really stand anywhere. It just, in terms of the chain of events that led from A to B, because I know you were incredibly confused. I could see it. I could hear it. I just wanted you to know the story of what happened and how we got to be where we are today. I don't very often
I don't even understand the connection though, because you said something like that you're friends with Natasha. You went to Natasha's channel, and then I don't know where Casback comes into this, and then she saw you there, and that's why now she's saying that me and you are against BBT. But I don't understand that. That doesn't.
I think it's more of a concern of hers rather than an absolute. Like, I think she links me to you and was concerned that if I had jumped ship, that may have an influence over you. That's my guess on it, and I don't really know the answer to it. But if I had to guess, that's where I would be going with it. And I certainly haven't been sitting bashing BBT by any means, and I have no intention to do that. I'm being very honest when I stand where Rabid does. Like, I don't hate BBT at all. In fact, like, I genuinely am concerned about her. I don't want to be a part of what's going on over there anymore. And I made that decision for myself a while ago. You know, where I think we all, like, nobody's going to sit down and have some sort of an intervention with BBT unless they are, I don't know. But like, I just think we all have to make decisions for ourselves and where we all go from here. For me personally, I'm not doing that anymore. Obviously, I can't go back there now. She wouldn't want me. But I had exited a while ago. It's become, in my opinion, unhealthy over there. And this has added a whole 10 load dynamic to it, what's gone on in the last 2 weeks. I don't see it going anywhere good fast at this point.
Thing is, Jules, I think she won't listen to me, but there's a possibility she would listen to you. She has a huge amount of respect for you.
They're not going to listen.
She does have a huge, yeah.
They're not going to listen to me.
But at the same time, it's also.
I said the Lori Vallow cases. I think I brought, it may have been Letitia Stock, but I said one of the cases, was coming up, and we could do that one. But no, and I haven't been back over there since the email was sent. I haven't been in there hardly at all. I'm frustrated, and
yeah, I mean, I can hear your frustration.
I'm very frustrated, and I'm weird. I hate this crap. I hate
so
this.
I
like to do the talk about the trials and that's what Hybrid knows that. Do
you think it's?
I'm right now. I'm kind of torn because on the one hand, I kind of. I feel like, well, what the hell's going on? And I've got, and then the other hand, I'm just like, no, I don't, just leave me out of all this. This is not what I like. This is not, I don't like doing the battles. I don't like doing the battles. I don't.
I find it really hard because I do much like you, I do my best to stay out of it. But at the same time, and I do for 98% of the time, I do. But concurrently, when you've spent 5 years on a platform with the same, some of the same people every day, every week, every whatever, and you see somebody drowning or, going 100 miles an hour towards a wall, it's really hard as a human not to A, notice it, and B, do anything about it. It's hard.
Well, from what went on when I first got on YouTube with the whole MRB thing, and to a little sliver of what went on, with Rabid, I learned a long time ago, don't get in these arguments. Don't get in these, it's not gonna, there's no right answer. There's no way.
No, there's not.
It turns into these big these rolling boil arguments that last for weeks and weeks. And it just
to be honest, Jules,
messy and yucky.
There was no argument. Like nobody was, well, in terms of this little group right here, there was no argument until she saw Rabid in her chat and went after him hard. And Rabid asked to go up on panel to talk to her diplomatically. This was last night or the night before, and she wouldn't let him up. She hemmed and hawed about it, and her whole chat was telling her to let him up, let him up. He wanted to go up and talk to her, just have a conversation with her. And that to me was so telling. She would not let him up.
Yeah.
I think she knew that he was going to ask her some hard questions, and she didn't know how to answer them. Anyhow, long story short, it was that from there that she's become vile towards Rabid. And that's why that's why more people have gotten involved.
Like in the last 2 days?
Yes. Yeah.
Wow.
On to Natasha.
Jesus.
See, it's worth acknowledging it's a very natural problem when you're in a tribe as such. Okay, if you have an affiliation with a channel, it's very hard to always be objective, and it's very easy to get caught up in the narrative that's being peddled. People will probably make the same claim about this live right now. At the end of the day, all you can do is do your best to be objective, to consider the source of the information, and be open-minded about the counter-argument. Because the amount of people I've seen in BBT's chat, when Dorothy was literally slandering me, that were so quick to seemingly accept what was being said. And that's the only reason I'm live right now. I would far rather be talking about Sarah Boone with 10 people in here. Believe me.
Yeah.
You're back, Hybrid.
Yep.
Well, I'm gonna get down, but thank you for letting me come up here. Jules, I actually just got about 300 screenshots.
Okay.
People in the chat are blowing my phone up with screenshots.
Okay.
So I'm going to go live when this is over and show all of these screenshots. So
You can.
So
Okay.
You might want to look and see if you remember saying any of it, because somebody has been talking a whole lot as you, if it's not you. Thanks for letting me come up, Rabid.
You're welcome, Natasha.
All right.
Thanks,
see y'all later.
Natasha.
Bye. Yeah, and I don't take any. There's zero satisfaction in all this, Jules. If I didn't give a monkeys about BBT, I would not have made the effort, and I'm not going to make the effort again. Clearly, this is a one and done for me. I had to do this. That's all down to Dorothy. But BBT has to know that her channel's liable for what was said there. And I am.
What did they say?
Dorothy managed to find someone in Tipperary, Ireland, that just happens to have the same name as me, who was arrested and was charged for allegedly threatening murder on his ex partner.
Oh my God!
It's not me, obviously, right? So I'm having, but the problem is, because the data protection laws over here are so stringent. If this was in the USA, I could have debunked this within seconds. But I'm now, because of Dorothy's obsession with me, I'm going to have to contact. Well, I've already contacted the newspaper, right, to see if I can get validation there, because the article only has the name and the address of the person. Okay, so I can't just. I've been forced tonight to show my passport, my birth certificate, to put this.
Don't do that. Don't do that, Rabid.
I've done it, Jules.
Oh my God!
I feel like
you
I have
shouldn't
no
have done
alternative.
that. You shouldn't have done that.
But Jules, she was claiming that when I was off YouTube, it was because I was in goddamn prison. Okay?
Jesus Christ.
How do I disprove a negative
Christ.
like that? Yeah. And she can't be allowed to get away with that. And if I have to set up a GoFundMe, then I will do it if she continues. I promise you, Dorothy, if you're listening, if you listen to this back, tell her that. The amount of time I'm now going to have to spend dealing with this, it's infuriating. I don't want to be talking about this shit. I don't want to have anything to do with her. And it's just so toxic.
Toxic.
It is toxic.
Thank you.
It is.
Yeah.
I'm so mad right now. I'm so disgusted by this whole.
It's sad.
Yeah.
And MRB's loving this, FYI. Loving this.
That's of all the things that matter to me, that's the one. Is she sitting back and she's eating this up and she's feeling vindicated. She was
Yippers.
So it doesn't do me. It doesn't do me a damn bit of good to stay away and to tend to just be. I'm just, and I'm gonna tell you what. I absolutely went into that channel, and the moment I walked in, but the moment I came in, she was saying something about that she put it together. Me, Jules, and Hybrid Pisces, and Casbat and I like each other, but we're never in the channel. And somehow that was, here's the problem though. You don't know where it comes from. You don't know. You don't know where it's coming from.
No, you don't. I worry about BBT a lot. I don't like that I'm seeing behavior that is extremely reminiscent of the way MRB behaved when people departed her group. It's the fact that she can't see that is concerning. She's behaving exactly the same way. But I worry about her as a person. I just don't think she's headed down a great path right now. If she's that worried and watching people, like it's as
And
we know, it's unhealthy.
You told her that. You said that.
I haven't said a word to her.
Oh, you
No.
did not say it. Okay.
No.
I
was
said
never
it
close
her.
to BBT.
I said it in an email to her, but I said it in a polite way that she might try to sort of mangle into some other narrative. But I tried in a polite way to say exactly what Hybrid just said there. You know, I think many people have just seen this train crash coming ahead, and I just do not understand why she could never move beyond MRB. No one deserves what MRB has had to take from BBT for all that time. I'm sorry, but it's just not right. You can't continue to support that. And like Hybrid said, you know, it's a concern for BBT herself.
So what's your next step, Rabid? Like, what will you do?
Well, I've got to obviously continue on my side of things, you know, just to address this defamation. You know, and I have the problem of the fact of how difficult it is over here, but I promise you I'm going to get it. If I have to dedicate my entire YouTube existence to doing that, then I'm going to do it. But as far as my content goes, I'm not interested in this drama. I'm not interested in any back and forth with Dorothy or Baby T. I'll be covering the Sarah Boone case shortly, which is coming up next week.
Yeah.
That's what I'm interested in doing.
Well, the only thing that I know that I can do, I mean, sort of just what I've been doing, which is to just not be around. But apparently that hasn't worked out like I thought it would. So, I just, anybody that would give a damn is in here listening right now. I just won't be, if you see my channel name in BBT's channel, it's not me. I don't have the slightest bit of interest for this juvenile high school fighting back and forth. I can't do. Yeah. Boy, I am furious, man. I am just bubbling angry.
Yeah, my God, since last night, after hearing what Dorothy was up to there, I've been a bubbling inferno inside. Believe me, this was a very difficult live.
What is the point of this crap? Why would they?
I hurt Dorothy's feelings in about 1984 when I took her wrench away. That's what happened.
That brings up a whole. Look at this. I'm thinking about it.
The Boone case is crazy, Kat. It's
when
such
does
a
it?
Unique case.
When does it start?
I think the pre-trial started today, actually, which I would love to have spoken about. But the actual trial starts on next Tuesday, I think.
Are they going to have cameras?
I think they will do, yeah. Before it got postponed, they were advertising that it was going to be streamed on Fox 35. But the case seems to have got a lot more traction over the last few months. So I'm hoping one of the bigger networks might cover it, like Court TV or Long Crime, maybe. Not sure though. But I'm praying that it's at least streamed.
Yeah, one of the things that I've noticed that they're starting to do more is they'll do like a recording and then they'll post it like at the end of the day. It won't, so it doesn't get streamed live, but it comes up, you know. So maybe at the very least they'll do that. That Lori Vallow case was so shocking that they said no kind of recordings. They're not They're not doing WebEx. They're not doing anything in that case, except they're going to do an audio recording. And at the end of the day, the people that purchase it, and it's like 25 cents, like every 4 pages or something. It's expensive. But anyway, so they're gonna post that every night, but it'll just be audio form. So that'll, people that are covering that, they'll be able to do that. But the Letitia Stout case will be WebEx. And so I think Sleuth Mom she'll have that up every night on her channel. Yeah.
There's a lot of people interested in that one.
Yeah. And there were a lot of people talking about the suitcase. Is it Sarah Boone?
Sarah Boone.
So I had told people that you had a lot of background and stuff on your channel for it.
Yeah. I think I've done about 8 or 9 videos on it now.
That's right. It's crazy that how many trials are all at one, all happening at the same time.
Yeah.
We just waited and waited and waited, and now, Did you follow the Murdoch case at all?
I did, yeah. But funnily enough, it was towards the end of the trial that I got interested in it. So I've subsequently gone back and watched a lot of it. It's been one of the most interesting trials in a while, isn't it?
Yeah. But they just opened up. There was a kid that died in 2015, about 6 miles from the Moselle property, and they've the
young guy.
Yeah, they've reopened it now. It's homicide, and they're going to exhume the body, and it's a big deal.
Yeah, I heard people. Did you see the clip when Alec Murdo was getting taken into the police van after the verdict?
No.
There was people shouting out to him, saying things like "Buster's next, Alex. Buster's next."
Well, I'm kind of the opinion that the whole thing was when he realized that it was all coming out, the drugs and all the stolen money, and all that, that I think he blamed Paul. I think he held Paul responsible. And I think everything he did was to try to consolidate money for the young prince. So I think he was really trying to at least collect as much money as he could to give to Buster and let Buster continue on, So this will hurt him, that he knows that Buster's under investigation.
Yeah. That's been the hardest thing to decipher, I think, is trying to understand Alex's motivations.
Yeah.
But it has to be embroiled in, what happened with his son and the boat case and his financial crimes, It feels like maybe just his house of cards was collapsing, and he just lost his mind.
Well, so I think that they had been doing these shady business, suing for money and making settlements and only giving partial settlement to the people. I think they'd been doing that for a long time. A group of them, like the president of the company, his name was Lafitte. The bank, his name was Lafitte. And I think that when Paul had the boat accident, the little girl that was killed, her family hired an attorney, their local, who was pretty much known as a bulldog, kind of one of these guys that'll get you and won't let go, And I think that when they started digging into all the business dealings related to the boat crash, I think that Murdoch recognized there's no way, my silly dog, I'm sorry about that. There's no way that he's going to be able to keep all this hidden while they're researching all the cash, to do a settlement related to the death of Mallory. And I think that's why he blamed Paul. Let me let this silly dog out. Sorry.
Okay.
Kitty.
I'll just put the panel link there, Hybrid, if you're wanting to jump back up. It's up to you. Jules.
I saw SK I saw SK say something a while ago about today's Tuesday. Why are you here talking if you work 12 hours, something like that. SK, if you go over to my channel and you look at the video that I put up, I've been homesick. So yeah, that's one of the reasons. It's one of the reasons I said, wait a minute. And I pulled up my schedule to make damn sure that what I was saying was true. On the 21st, I did work.
Right. Okay. There's people asking me to play the video again that I played at the start.
Of what?
So this is on You Are Creepo's channel, and it's a
Am
summary.
I what?
The channel's called You Are the Creepos.
What is that?
It's a clip channel, essentially.
Am I on a clip channel?
No. This is myself and Natasha. You
Oh,
know, the conversation I was referring to.
Yeah.
So this video is just a brief clip of that. It's a summary, and then there's a bit at the end where you will hear Dorothy and BBT speaking about me.
Yeah, that's
So
fine.
it might just give some context.
I'm just sick. I'm just so frustrated.
Tell me about it.
I'm so frustrated. We've been through this shit before, Rabid. This sucks.
Yeah. All right, I'll play this. It's 5 minutes, but at least you'll have the context of some of how this came to be. How are you?
I'm here.
Yeah, so I'm going to get God knows how much hate for this. Another
Who's going to give you hate?
blatantly obvious irony is...
Oh, I can't hear you.
Okay, so when I said that, I guess I was just speaking in general, that people might perceive me as betraying BBT. People that are not aware of, you know, what's going on behind the scenes. Is BBT has a problem that people are being skeptical about a lot of her stories and the things that she says. And BBT has peddled the most tinfoil hat of conspiracies possible. So she's wanting people to believe that MRB is clapping so she can edit it afterwards, but doesn't expect any skepticism towards some of the dubious things that she's saying. It kind of comes down to what a friend really is. And then, I mean, this is social media. So it's friends in inverted commas, right?
Yep.
But what a friend doesn't do is clap along like a seal or enable when it's pretty clear to you that someone is not well, like over the last few months. I think it's gotten past the point of any validation or righting any wrongs for BBT. Because I think BBT had something quite precious. She got forgiveness from a lot of people for pretty crappy, scary behavior in the past.
That's what I said, and I've said to her several times before we ever stopped speaking that that she needed to let it go because it had become an obsession. I mean, it literally was. It had gotten to the point that that's all it was like live and breathe. And and it wasn't healthy. And the stuff that she was saying didn't even make any sense.
Yeah, I mean, it's become pretty obvious. I mean, 90% of the stuff she comes out with is just plainly wrong. And it's quite
talking about the. Are you referring to the
claims like someone doesn't exist? Sorry, say that again, Jules?
I'm sorry. I was being a bonehead. I forgot that you were playing a video. But in that part that you were talking about that she was wrong, you're referring to that whole editing thing of clapping and putting in a different word and all that. Is that what you're referring to?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think that's what I was referring to there. Sorry, I was looking at my own chat there. Sorry, because I've heard this obviously a few times.
Okay.
I think that's what I was referring to. I'll just go back a bit.
And
Yeah.
and it wasn't healthy, and the stuff that she was saying didn't even make any sense.
Yeah, I mean, it's become pretty obvious. I mean, 90% of the stuff she comes out with is just plainly wrong. And it's quite disrespectful as well to be making ludicrous claims like someone doesn't exist, talking about J-Bells here, when there's a lot of people on here that we all know went through hell with that J-Bells scam. And to
see,
just
I wasn't around for that, but I know plenty of people have sent me videos, and I mean, it's obvious to anybody with eyesight that she was real.
Yeah. And the thing is, Natasha, the evidence is all there for anyone that cares to go and find it. And it's not hard to find. There was a few lives done about it. It's obvious to anyone. We all know what the scam was. We all know why she picked MRB as her target. She was a perfect target for a con artist like J-Bells.
I agree with you on that one. She fell for it hook, line, and sinker.
Of course she did. There was a huge benefit potentially for her. Yes, it's funny because she can be so confusing to listen to. I think some people just assume that there's truth in there somewhere, because it's pretty hard to follow BBT, right? Most of the time, I think we'd all agree that.
Yep.
And I think a lot of us that were supporting BBT for the right reasons back when are maybe guilty of doing a bit of that. But I know for myself, and I know for a lot of people, we actually decided to look into it a little bit and double check, and it's all bollocks. It really is. There's nothing to it, you know?
I've seen the utter attack, harassment, bullying of you, who's a vulnerable adult on here. And these people have clustered together like cockroaches in the night to attack you. And I'm not having it.
I know. I'm
Rabid Dog, listen to me carefully, brother. Don't make me pull out the news article about you. Bitch, I will fucking slam you all over YouTube. You better stand down. You are a man, and you are doing this to a woman again in your life.
Wow.
You hear me, Rabid?
Good for you.
Don't make me go get Lewis and Critical K.
Oh, I know Lewis. Oh, I know Lewis.
All right, Rabid? You want me to go forward this article to BBT right now? You want me to give her down with this fucking target you have on your back that I've kept my mouth shut for a year?
You know, I must be stupid, Dorothy, because I fucking believe these people. I do. I must be stupid. Like, I did not. I'm seeing it now in hindsight. Like, how could he fucking be so aggressive? Like, it's horrible.
You want to see? I'm going to send it to you in email. You do what you want.
Yeah, and I know what he's done.
Who's aggressive? What is she talking about?
Dorothy was claiming that I was being aggressive. It's simply just not true. I wasn't bullying or threatening BBT in any way whatsoever. But Jules, listen, I'm going to wrap this up now. I mean, like, if you go back to the start, you'll see my response to what I just played. And anyone else that's coming in here later, just rewind right back to the start, because I'm definitely not doing this again. I'm not interested in a back and forth at all.
I'm exactly the same.
Yeah.
Just what I said. My name, allegedly innocent, should not be in BBT's chat or Natasha's chat. Of course, I'll do the whole Boone thing, you know, on your channel, but I can't do that. I don't have any use for all this. This is not productive. This is not healthy. This is not, there's nothing. There's no good to come of any of this. Nothing. There's nothing good to come from it.
I agree.
So,
okay. Well, thanks, Jules.
I'm done. All right.
Yeah.
Okay, bye. Thanks for having me up. Bye.
You're welcome. You're welcome. All right, guys. It goes without saying, I appreciate you guys all being here. I think you understand why I had to do this. I think Natasha's about to go live, guys. So most of you probably hear from Natasha. So I might see you over there, perhaps. And yeah, I'll see you guys next time. See you around the tubes. Good night.